So Bede's has been around for a long time. It's got a tradition in sport, academic excellence, and the endeavour to improve that in the future. And it's grown from a very small population on the same site through to now about 1,400 students. So we chose to go digital here because boys are now living in an environment, a technology environment, where they grow up with these devices. So when LearningField come around and we saw the first, Alex organised the first demo that came into the school, as soon as I looked at it, I said, this is exactly what we're looking for. We want a one-stop shop.
For around about the same financial cost to parents, it gives us a huge amount more in terms of resourcing that can be used by teachers and by students, and that's really the angle we came from.
Obviously the students now, they're really IT savvy, much more than us probably.
LearningField definitely has made a difference in the classroom. I find it a lot easier to study for tests, and it's more in-depth than the old textbooks.
I feel that the classroom has changed since LearningField. Now you can just pick up your iPad and go to the books.
It's a lot more easier because, you know, teachers would just give us a bunch of textbooks and we'd have to open up to the page, and it would take a fair bit of time.
You don't have to flick through all the pages, you can just search and type the page number and you're just automatically there.
So I think it's really enhanced learning. It's given students a chance to take ownership for their own learning, and you know, it's really kind of motivated them and engaged them.
Like if you don't know a homework task, you can just go on and say what was the homework task and you get it back.
The features of LearningField that I specifically like is the ability to have conversations with students inside the textbooks is really good, and the fact that you can leave notes and supplementary material through text in the books I think is quite useful.
You can ask teachers on the comment section whether you need help with a question, and they normally respond because it's just so easy.
Or the teacher says highlight something, you don't have to go through your pencil case and find it.
Some of the students that are quite shy in the classroom, that don't really want to speak up, I think that discussion app that you can use with it really helps those quieter students get their opinions across and, you know, voice their concerns or their worries to do with the actual topic that they're studying.
For extension at home, the kids can look at a different book and find something and come back and say, but this book said something different, why? And that's to understand different views.
So going to something like LearningField means that the teacher can select that one chapter, which is the best chapter. The next teacher comes in and says, no, you know what, I like using the prac from this other one, and they can just pick and choose. I think that's phenomenal.
And the fact that it's all written to the Australian curriculum is important for us. It ensures our kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And also you can relate it to AusFELs as well, which have come in recently, so it's quite useful.
Every teacher that I saw, we had one session, virtually picked it up in that session. I think a lot of them sort of deep breath and just breathed out and said, this is great, this is much better than having 5 different things I have to learn.
The vast majority of our families see the benefits of the iPad as a greater thing than negatives.
Just so much quicker and easier and not time consuming at all, so it's useful, very, very useful.
And LearningField just makes everything so much easier.